Hi friends, the temple you see is called Bugga Rama Lingeswara temple. It's located in Tadipatri town on the southern bank, Penna river bank, and this falls under the Anantapur district, Andhra Pradesh state, India. And this temple is called Bugga Rama Lingeshwara temple. The reason is Bugga means a perennial spring, Vuta in Telugu, and the perennial spring flows under the Shivalinga erected by Lord Rama even the driest periods of the season, and it is 365 days flowing. And Lord Rama, because he was bearing the guilt of killing the demon Tataka, and he was actually the one who erected Linga to get rid of the guilt that he had because he killed the demon. Therefore, this is called Bugga Rama Linga. Linga is the one established or erected by Rama to worship Shiva to get rid of the guilt that he was bearing. And you can see the architectural styles here. This was built 500 years ago by the chief architect Emasani Naidu, the first under the Vijayanagara Empire. And this architectural style is a combination of the Cholas and the Chalukyas and of course the Vijayanagara empires. And you can see the objects or the carvings on this temple are from the Ramayana, and Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Puranas, stories from there. And of course these are Ganas, celestial bodies, Yalis, and the horses and other things, the monkey-faced objects and everything here. We can explain one by one in detail. But this is unfinished, and of course this was built 500 years ago and it's still intact. And when the colonial people have come here, especially the British, they have called this one of the wonders in the architecture. And you can see everything is intricately designed, and all these poachers and everything that they're telling us this is a sacred place that you're entering in, and therefore you have to be um, um, pure and holy. And you can see here some of the architectural wonders here built on these granite stones. And if you see here, this guy is called Gana, the devotee of Shiva, and you can see on three sides they have a posture, and they are carrying this pillar. And of course he's the devotee, and a dwarf called Gana, pot belly, and then you can see all the decorations that he has on his neck, the haras, and of course he's the mirror image of all the devotees that are entering into the temple. And before they enter the sanctorum, the holy of holies, the devotees are called to mirror this dwarf Gana, where he is decorated, and where you can see the worldly attractions, and for the message that this Gana is telling, that you get rid of all the temptations and attachments that you have, and get rid of them. And you can find these Ganas all over the temple of this Gopuram, and also others. A lot of people come here for, it's also a place of worship here. And of course some of the sculptures are damaged here. You can see the images of Gana here, and these Ganas are not. And one of the carvings that you see here is called Kirti Mukha, and this is a fierce, monstrous face, and this is also called the face of glory. And of course this serves as a guardian of the threshold, of course, we are at the entrance, and this is a monstrous face, and it is believed to ward off evil spirits, negative energies, and harmful forces from the sacred space here in the temple. And of course, according to one of the myth, the Kirti Mukha devoured its own body in an act of absolute surrender to Shiva, symbolizing the destruction of one's own ego and impurities before entering the divine presence. So, in the cosmic cycle, its all consuming hunger represents the cyclical nature or the cyclical nature of the existence, creation, and destruction. And another carving here that you see of the bird species, the precise meaning of this is that they often represent the connection between the earthly and the spiritual realms. And in some traditions, birds are seen as messengers or souls journeying between different worlds. And also, the lotus that you see here is a widely used and deeply significant symbol in Indian culture and architecture. And this lotus symbolizes purity and enlightenment. It grows in muddy water but blooms spotlessly clean, representing the ability to rise above worldly attachments and remain spiritually pure. Many Hindu myths associate the lotus with creation. Lord Brahma, the creator god, is said to have been born from a lotus emerging from Vishnu's navel. Deities are often depicted seated or standing on a lotus pedestal, signifying their divinity, purity, and spiritual elevation. And of course, you can see there also on the top one of the postures of that's Krishna's. You can see in the middle over there the Krishna with this three style of posture, and that man is there with a flute, and he's playing the flute to calm the demon, and the demon is with the sound of the flute coming from Lord Krishna is silenced, and also the sound of the flute, just like the flow of the river, calms. And in this temple, the significance of this is that you're welcome to calm your mind here. And you can see here also the monkey face here. The monkey is a symbol of the wayward mind that we all have, because monkeys do not stay at one place. They jump from one tree to another tree, and this monkey here is having biting its lip with its finger, which is like disciplining its wayward mind, and it's all distractions. And of course, in Hindu stories, in Ramayana, the monkey is also God, Lord Hanuma, who was a devout and loyal servant of Lord Rama. And this is also one of the carvings on this gopuras. And you can see there somewhere here with the people taming the horses. That's the power of this Vijayanagara Empire's strength. They're showcasing their strength, that that they're capable of rearing the horses, and also they're showcasing their might over there. And you're looking at one of the Madanikas, also known as Shilabanjika or Surasundari, a highly significant decorative element in Indian temple architecture, particularly prominent in the Hoysala temples of Karnataka. These figures are far more than mere decoration. They embody rich cultural and spiritual meanings. They embody auspiciousness and fertility. The original concept of the Shalabanjika is linked to ancient rituals where chaste maidens' touch would cause a sala or Ashoka tree to blossom. The sculpture thus symbolize fertility, abundance, prosperity, and life. This figure also strategically placed as bracket figures at the points of transition between the mundane world and the sacred inner sanctum of the temple. They serve as graceful and welcoming guardians of the worshipper's journey. The Madanikas depict celestial nymphs or apsaras in various graceful postures such as dancing, playing musical instruments, or glooming themselves. They represent the ideal form of feminine beauty and grace as envisioned by the artisans of the 12th century. And the intricate details of their elaborate hairstyles, rich jewelry, and dynamic poses offer a vivid glimpse into the secular life, fashion, and artistic skills of women during the Vijayanagara Empire period. And also carved from soft soapstone, these sculptures are a testament to the supreme skill of the sculptor who was able to create lifelike figures with incredibly minute details that seem impossible to achieve with a stone. There is so much of artistic styles here. There is so much of Hindu mythology, theology, and there are also philosophical concepts of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Also, there are also artistic expressions of craftsmen showcasing their exceptional skill and talents. And the deeper meaning of these carvings is profound spiritual philosophy in Hinduism, where the art and the architecture serves as a symbolic guide for the devotee's journey from the material world to the spiritual liberation, moksha. These pillars, they say, when hit upon them, they provide a kind of sound like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, Sarigama Padanisa. Not a musician, but that's what they're doing here. And the lotus that you see here is a symbol of purity, and all the gods and goddesses sit over them most of the times. And these lotuses grow in the muddy waters, and they're also the artistic styles and work of people. And again, you can see the ganas over there holding up to the structures, and that's it. And you can see the temple. They make the noise. And that's Parvati's locked on inside, the wife of Shiva.